You have had a headache before. We all have. But if you have experienced a migraine, you know that it is nothing like a headache. The room spins, light feels like an attack. Any sound at all feels unbearable. And the pain, it can last for hours, even sometimes days. Yet migraines are still just a misunderstood neurological condition. So today, let's actually understand what's going on inside. A migraine is not just a bad headache. It's a neurological disorder, meaning it originates from the brain and then affects the entire nervous system. And it comes with a whole range of symptoms that go well beyond just the head pain. The throbbing is usually on one side of the head, intense and pulsating, and can last anywhere from a few hours to a few days. But that's just the beginning. Let me walk you through what a migraine actually feels like. Sensitivity to light and sound is one of the most telltale signs. Even a normally lit room can feel overwhelming. Everyday sounds like doorbell or your phone's notification sounds become completely unbearable. Many people retreat to the darkest, quietest corner they can find just to cope with this pain. Visual disturbance, also called auras, affects about 1 in 3 migraine sufferers. These can appear as flashing lights, zigzag patterns, or blind spots, sometimes acting as a warning signal that a migraine is about to begin. Then there is the nausea and dizziness, which are extremely common too. For many, nausea then escalates into vomiting, making an already difficult experience even significantly harder for them. People often complain about pain in their neck or stiffness, which shows up early on, even before the headache actually begins, gradually radiating upwards towards their head. Another commonly overlooked symptom is mood changes. Irritability, anxiety, or a strange sense of restlessness can appear hours before the pain phase and linger long after it passes. And then there's the phase most people don't talk about and most of us are unaware of, the post-drome, or what some people call the migraine hangover. Once the headache finally fades, the fatigue, mental fog, and confusion that follows can last an entire day. A simple yet important question then is, what is the exact cause? Unfortunately, it isn't fully understood, but several factors are known to contribute. For example, the first one is genetics. Genetics plays a clear role. Migraines run in families, and if one or both parents experience them, the likelihood significantly increases that you might also have it. Then brain chemistry is another major factor. Fluctuation in serotonin, which is a key neurotransmitter, causes blood vessels in the brain to constrict and then dilate, producing that signature throbbing pain. And in women, hormonal changes are a particularly common trigger. Shift in estrogen levels during the menstrual cycle, pregnancy, or menopause are strongly linked to migraine attacks. And lastly, environmental and lifestyle triggers like stress, disrupted sleep, skipping meals, dehydration, excessive screen time, certain food like caffeine, chocolate, and aged cheese, and even sudden weather changes can all set one off. The tricky thing about migraines is that triggers are highly individual, which means you and I will not experience the same thing when we complain about migraine. What sets one person's migraine off may not affect another one at all. But understanding your trigger is one of the most important and powerful tools you have. Keeping a simple diary tracking what you ate, how you slept, your stress levels, and when your attacks occur can reveal patterns that help you get inside what is actually happening and get ahead of it. Beyond that, the basic matters more than people realize. Staying consistently hydrated, eating at regular intervals to keep blood sugar stable, getting quality sleep, and managing stress all directly reduce migraine frequency for many people. Some other things that can help are reducing screen time, limiting known dietary triggers, and creating a low stimulation environment during an attack can make a real difference in how intense and how long your migraine lasts. And most important thing to remember is, if migraines are frequent or severe, it's important to speak with a doctor. There are medical options available, and a healthcare professional can build a plan tailored specifically for you. Now you know a little better about migraines. A migraine is a full neurological event with a beginning, a middle, and an aftermath as well, and it deserves to be understood and taken seriously. If this gave you clarity on something you have been dealing with, share it with someone who also needs to hear this, and drop your questions in the comment below. See you in the next one.